Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today is Motivational Monday. It is Easter Monday. What an amazing weekend that we had celebrating Jesus' resurrection, that he is alive. Now, this week for our daily doses, we're going to be doing a little bit different. I'm going to take some spiritual truths from the Bible and actually taking some practical information from Crucial Conversations. And if you've never read this book, I recommend it, because we all have conversations with other people. God has created us to be in community, and part of that, a key component of that, is communication. And so how can we set ourselves up for success when it comes to communicating with one another, especially if we have a difficult conversation that we know we need to address? How do we know how to check our motives? How do we know to get our facts straight? And so I'm going to take some of these spiritual truths in scripture and then taking some of those practical information as well in the Crucial Conversations and blending them together. Well, our scripture today comes from Proverbs, a book of wisdom, so I highly recommend going through that. Even reading a proverb a day gets you a little bit wiser each day. So Proverbs chapter 12, starting in verse 18, it says, "The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing." I want you to think about that. Our tongue really is what's saying there is that it's got the power of life and of death. And so how are we using the words to build others up or to tear them down? And when it comes to conversations, are we setting that person up for success? Are we setting up where we are going to have an effective conversation? Or is it, hey, I just want to win an argument. I want to win the battle. I had a pastor that I worked under, and he would always say, do you want to be right or do you want to be effective? And I think that there's such truth to that. Another scripture is found in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 21, says, "The wise in heart are called discerning, and the gracious words promote instruction." Again, in order for us to have a discerning heart and a gracious words, it promotes instruction. It promotes having a quality conversation where you're setting that person up for success, and really you're setting yourself up for success. We all have conversations on a daily basis with other people, whether that's via Zoom or video chat or physically in person. How can we set ourselves up for success? Well, we have to understand the power of the words that we have. Check what we say, think before we speak. I hope that's a motivation for you as you interact with one another. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for another Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.